In memory of Tupac's birthday, wow. There's a there's a lot about Tupac people didn't know. From the beginning to like the end, you know. He was always viewed and looked at as this skinny kid, and what I missed about him the most was he was and people get it all wrong with him. Like it was hip hop until Tupac, and all that stuff that the people was trying to say about him. Everything was hip hop until Tupac. Wendy Williams created that narrative because she was on the radio saying this craziness, and nobody was more true to the hip hop game really than him. He was the product of the young at that time, the young dude who was coming up and paid his dues. He was the littlest guy in the group. Like he was not even the original member of Digital Underground. He was trying to make his own thing. He was ready to go join the new Black Panthers. He was ready to join that. He was like, look, this rap thing ain't working out, so I'm just gonna try that. I ain't gonna make it as a rapper. And to be able to craft his own kind of music, he was doing the underground thing, but he's like, it's cool for now, but I want to get to doing my music, like mine is all over the place. And to make your first single, Brenda's Got a Baby. It's like a detailed story rap as your lead single off your album. It's like, who does that? That's not even the format nobody would ever use. It was only person I could probably see doing that is Blastmaster, KRS One. When they was BDP, Boogie Down Production for you younger. Now for them, those are the only people I could really see coming out with something like that or Public Enemy, and for him to come out the gate with that kind of mindset is what set him apart. I miss more because I remember old Pac. Most of you guys are too young to even remember, so it's weird when you hear guys like I remember Tupac with hair. So so it's crazy because like all these dudes who like 20, you know what I'm saying? They 20, 21, 22, talking about Pac was the greatest rapper of all time. It's just weird. It's like, man, dude, like you weren't even here. He's been dead longer than you've noticed him. He would be in his 50s right now. And that's just one thing about his energy. It's like you couldn't see that energy getting old. Like I would love for Pac to be here, but it's just like you couldn't imagine. You can't even envision what Pac would look like old. Like or 50. You just couldn't imagine it. You always gonna remember that kid with that smile on that picture you seeing right there. That's Pac. And this dude was talking about Chinese philosophy. This is why Nas gravitated more to Tupac than Biggie. Even though he rapped with Big, Pac was somebody that, on a level, he was mentally, as far as all the different variations of style. If you look at Jay Z, him and Big rap in the same type of umbrella. Pac there was no group or category you could really put Pac in. He could make any type of record. He was an artist. Nas, artist. They can make any kind of record. You could put them on the record you're doing. If you want to do a hood record, you could put them on it. And they still could shine and hold their own. Pac was that kind of dude too. You put him with some East Coast rappers, and he gonna melt you, and he'll be the sharpest one on the track. But for Tupac, it was an entirely different time. There was a time in like 1993 when he had just released his second album, right? And he had crazy legal troubles from every little thing that was going on. He had Keep Your Head Up, I Get Around. He had movie deals coming up, the Poetic Justice. So he was already out there. Now remember, he was a co-star in the movie with Janet Jackson. So he became like the biggest thing in Hollywood, in Black Hollywood, out of nowhere. There was people that still called him Bishop. Nobody was really calling him Tupac. They was still calling him Bishop. And then once Poetic Justice hit, then he was Tupac. So when I get around and Keep Your Head Up and all that, how many people in the rap game get noticed for acting, drop a hip hop album, and get noticed for that, and it stands right up with their acting? It's never been done before. LL was an established hip hop artist before he really flourished on the big screen. And even then, he was never the guy. He made some movies, but nobody was talking about, man, this guy could probably get an Oscar. Pac came up in the theater, so he could act. He took acting lessons. Sometimes people thought he was acting in his performances. But in 93, I never forget it, and it was before his birthday, I think. And I think it was 93. And Ted Fields, he was trying to get in contact with Ted, and his manager was trying to get in contact with Ted because Pac was supposed to get some money. Pac wanted to launch his label, which he wanted to put Thug Life on and name his album, Thug Style. That was the name of the album. And he was like, Ted Fields was against that. And that's when he was talking about getting his label and doing his own thing. Because what he was going to do was like, I'm going to make my own group and get my own label. And, F Interscope. We're going to get our own thing. Go someplace else and get a better deal. And he's like, now that I got this pull, we're going to go get this other deal. We're going to put out Thug Life. And then I'm going to put out my own groups and, just, I'm chilling. I'm going to make probably two more albums and I'm chilling and make some movies. And then I'm going to sit back and put out some rappers and then jump on they it. Other than that, because, Ted and the rest of them, they full of it. They don't want to pay me my money. So I want to see the books. So he was really at that point with them. So before all the stuff went down in 94, they were talking about, we don't know what we going to do with Tupac. Tupac was bringing in money. So what does you mean you don't know what you're doing with Tupac? Like, we don't know how to market him. He was marketing himself. He didn't need you. He didn't need you to market him. He needs you to stay out of his way and give him his money. Y'all was a new company when he got there. So when Tupac got there and everything, his gold albums and all that stuff that he was making was bringing in money. This is somebody who was not promoted, through no help of y'all, got a movie deal, became like the star of the movie, no help from y'all, and he did it all himself. And I hate when people tear down, like, you gotta pick one or the other, Biggie or Pac. It's like, dude, you could like both. Both were great. Like, you always get that one guy, hey, I thought you was a Biggie guy. And it's like, dude, come on. Are you serious? I bought both these dudes' records. You know, most of you guys just know Death Row Pac, which was only 9 months. 9 months of work. He was only with Death Row for like 9 months. That's not even a year, dog. He wasn't even there 1 year. I know, crazy as it sounds, it felt like it was like 30,000 years he was on death row. But he was only there less than a year. The only way me and Pac elaborate or connect was through the music. I heard him before he was the Tupac. When he was rapping on everybody else stuff, I heard him. I felt him. He got the kind of drive that I have. We relate very much in that department. I don't know if they say it's a near-death experience that make it happen, because even before then, I was still like that. So I can't really say it was a near-death experience that did it, but it just really refocused me after the accident. You know, he had the incident where he was hit 5 times and survived, and that just made him grind even harder because he had lost everything and to get it all back, and he did it. So to get it all back in a hurry. Me, car accident, everything messed up, and I ain't had time to dwell on it. I could have been gone. I ain't had no time to dwell. I had to get back up. Truck totaled. It's gone. Whatever. We gotta go. We got business to take care of. Bills are still due. $100,000 worth of bills, and all the hospital and everything. I went to court, did everything, and I saw the wickedness of, you know, just being treated the way I am because of my color. No matter what paperwork I had, no matter how many things that went against what the police officers wrote, the actual incident itself, the fact that I was the one that got hit. So they went and got a fake witness. They did everything they could just because of my skin color. I had to fight the system alone to where my lawyer that I had and I spent all this money paying for, working like crazy, was like, look, you're going to have to cop out of this because they don't even care. They not finna just throw this away. So, rough times. But I made it. You see what I'm saying? So, everybody's going to go through a rough period or time. I just had to double my efforts. I was like, all the work I'm doing, I'm going to have to double it. Everything I'm doing here, I got to double it. Hey, man, you kicking into that? Nah, I can't do that, bro. I got to rehab my body. My body got to become my temple again. I got to get back sharp. Because if the body breaks down, then I'm done. Like, there's no more I could do. Not at that point. It's over. So I've tried to, go at my pace and do things and get it done. But if the body goes, then that's it. That's all she wrote. Now, from the way I look at it with Pac, same thing. You know, the way his cousins used to talk about Pac talking about Chinese philosophy. And he spoke about it all the time, starting his own political party. And was like, this is what we need to have our focus around. We don't determine who's running. They just get somebody else. We need our political party and put people from our hood who represent us, who's smart. Let's get those guys elected. We need our own political party and let them run. Let them be the face. So it's a little different from time to time, but it is what it is. The guy is going to be missed. He's going to be around like Elvis. He said he'll be a living legend, breathing the dead. And he wasn't lying because he's going nowhere. I mean, everybody from new generation all the way around with great grandkids, they all know about Pac. His story being retold 20 years now, even Biggie, it's the same thing. They ain't going nowhere, bro. So, happy birthday to Pac once again. And definitely thank you guys for tuning in and listening. You could always support my page. You can hit up my Cash App. Carcino's the name on the Cash App. Definitely subscribe here. Hit the notification bell. Select all if you guys are interested in seeing more videos. Definitely like it if you like it. Don't know if you like it or not, but we appreciate it. All the love and support. Oh yeah, and on the Patreon, we are talking about what happened with LeBron and Magic Johnson, as we got details that we didn't have before. That information is now out to you guys, and it's on the Patreon. Enjoy. Take care.